Hi, it's Paul from globaltradingsoftware.com, and this is a swing trading tutorial. So this is the hourly chart on YM, the Dow Jones Futures. And why do I say swing trading? Because sometimes you'd actually swing these over to the next day, especially if we've got some very prominent setups. So sometimes the charts look a little bit messy, and not everything looks pretty. But using Elliott Wave, you can actually define those pivots. You can define pullbacks against the main trend. You can see when the trend's over for those potential reversals. And that's what we're going to talk about today. So this is the Think or Swim platform. I'm using the Elliott Wave indicator suite there. One of the only people to develop the Elliott Wave indicator suite for this and many other platforms. So first of all, we'll talk about the with trend strategy. So what we have is a wave 4 pullback. So from this previous wave 5, we'll discuss that in a minute, we had a wave 1, a wave 2. These are automatically printed by the software. Then we have a big impulse move, wave 3, which is normal. Okay. Then we have the wave 4 pullback. This is the important part here. To trade that fifth wave, we do some measurements. So the first thing is it pulls back into our probability pullback zones. It finds resistance in the green zone. So there's an 85% probability it will go on, continue on the bearish trend it's on, and hit that fifth wave target zone, which is automated. Furthermore, we have the false breakout stochastic at the bottom here. So what happens is during this wave 3, the stochastic breaks out and then comes back in again, and breaks out and comes back in. We call them false breakouts. And we can define those with a yellow line here to show it's a really strong bearish trend. So during that wave 4, when the stochastic pulls back against that yellow line, if you like, on that wave 4, the stochastic's like an elastic band. It wants to return to that main bearish trend. So we're in the overbought zone this time against that yellow bar on that wave 4, good sign. The next thing is the Elliott Wave oscillator. We can see this green oscillator here comes back during that wave 4 and pulls back between 90 and 140% on taken from this wave 4 highs here. So that's a good thing. So a lot of simple rules, visual rules to say tick, 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 good trade. Where's the entry? The entry is going through this 6-4 moving average low, this red moving average. We use that for entries for the lows, for the short, sorry, and we use the blue for the longs. You can see if we go back to the left here, this little move up here, we see we break the long here after the wave 4 goes on and hits the fifth wave target zone. So back to the short. We've gone and hit that. So we've got that with trend. That's the time to trade that with trend strategy. So we don't know if this is the right pullback or this is the right pullback, but having that Elliott Wave indicator suite actually says, hang on, now this is the wave 4. We need to be going short below this red line because 85% probability is going to hit this. Stochastic's good, oscillator's good, fantastic. But how do we know that's the end? So moving forward now to trend reversals. Okay, so now we've hit that fifth wave target zone and we've hung on to it. This is the important thing. We don't blow through it, because sometimes we do, and the downward move continues. How do we spot if we've got a good reversal on our hands? So let's just move forward. We see this did reverse pretty well and just kept going up and up and up and up and up. So the thing is, the first thing to do is, did the wave 4 behave like it should do? Did it meet all of the rules? We know it did because we traded the fifth wave move. Hit the green zone, stochastic crossed over in the overbought zone against that yellow false breakout bar, and the wave 4 was within 90 and 140%. So we can say that the wave 4 behaved normally. The next thing is, did it hang on to that fifth wave target zone? This is a special fib zone that we've produced, automatic, and yes, it did. Another tick in the box. The next big important thing here for me is that we look at what we call Elliott Wave, the oscillator divergence. Okay, so you can see this line on here. You see the oscillator highs here and here, on the wave 3. Then on the 5th wave, it's a lot lower. Even though we've come down and made a new low, that oscillator is much lower. So we've got oscillator divergence. So in effect, if I draw a line on the chart here, we can see that we are moving down. Okay, the oscillator is moving up. We've got divergence. They're not moving in the same direction. This is a good sign for a trend reversal. So we can go aggressive when we go through this blue line, or indeed we can wait for it to break the wave 4 pivot, which it does at this point here. Our stop would be below the wave 5, and we'd look for a longer term swing here. So our entry was about 315.85, and it just kept going up and up and up all the way up to 3340. Okay, so again, having that Elliott Wave indicator suite, it's not just trading that 5th wave. We can trade those trend reversals as well using the same indicator suite and following these very basic rules. Did the wave 4 behave correctly? Yes. Have we got oscillator divergence? Yes. Let's go for the entry. Conservative above the wave 4 pivot, because it's broken that big resistance, and basically we've broken that downward trend. So hopefully that helps. It's a very, very simple strategy. Elliott Wave, as soon as you mention it, people think it's very complicated, but the trading indicator suite with this false breakout stochastic, the oscillator, and labeling the waves and everything, is all included in the one suite, and it's very, very simple rules. It does it all for you, really. You know, this previous trade here, we can see we hit the 5th wave target zone, and eventually we pulled back down below that wave 4 for that trend reversal all the way down. So, you know, there are plenty of trading opportunities, and this is just the hourly time frame on YM futures. But it's a very, very strong strategy for with trend and trend reversals. Check out the links below, not just for the Think or Swim version, but lots of other platforms for the Elliott Wave indicator suite.